with, especially when life feels overwhelming. And while the two do feel or might feel similar, they're not exactly the same. So how can you better identify and manage your stress and if you have anxiety? Here to help us understand is psychotherapist Robi Ludwig. She's also the host of a new YouTube series, The Pivot, with Dr. Robi Ludwig. That's exciting. Good to see you.
Excited. Thank you. Good to see you too.
Can we start basic here?
Yeah.
We're talking about two different things, stress, anxiety. What is technically the difference?
I love this question. So stress is related to something that's going on, like a deadline. And once the deadline passes, you feel a sense of relief. Anxiety is if you have a deadline, you meet the deadline, but you're still obsessing, you're worried about how well you did. It's a bit of awfulizing, and it's a lot going on in a person's head.
Yeah, so anxiety is more of a long-term, like a persistent thing that sticks with you.
Yes, and it's perceived in one's mind. So stress is reacting to something immediately in the moment. Anxiety can come about even if you don't know what the trigger is.
How do you, as you're having these feelings, how do you distinguish, like, oh, I'm actually having an anxiety attack or something versus just stress?
So if you are awfulizing something, if you notice that it's hard to calm yourself down, if you are avoiding people, places, or things, then that is a sign that you are anxious. It can interfere with your daily life. And of course, there's the physical symptoms, which are also uncomfortable.
Did you say awfulize?
Yes.
Making everything awful, catastrophizing.
Yeah, so it's imagining the worst case scenario, and that becomes the reality in your brain. And I think that's a distinguishing factor for people who suffer with anxiety.
So what are some tricks that we can use, or ways that we can cope with either stress or anxiety?
Yeah, I mean, I think with stress, it's time management. How are you managing your time? And see if you can work through some of your stress that way. With anxiety, you can journal and identify what's going on in your brain, because sometimes what we're telling ourselves is not accurate. Exercise is very helpful. Breathing, is very helpful.
There's all kinds of breathing you can find online, like box breathing, all these, Yeah,
you breathe in and then you slowly breathe out. And so that's helping your physical symptoms and really changes how your body responds to the anxiety.
When is it time to get more help, and what kind of help?
So if you are having anxiety for 6 months or more, you find that it's interfering with your life, you want to ask your doctor, what they think. Maybe it's time for medication. There's antidepressants, anti-anxiety. You can speak to a friend and see what they think. And I think it's just really being aware of the length of it, right? If it's anxiety and lasting a long time and it's making you feel uncomfortable in your own body, that's really time to go get some help. You can ask NAMI, they have information. There's a lot of information.
N-A-M-I, for people that want to Google.
N-A-M-I, there's a lot of information and peer support.
Okay, Robi Ludwig, always great to have you. Thank you.
Great to be here.
There is much more news ahead. You're watching NBC News Daily.